Have you ever wondered what was going on around the world while you were being born? What was happening before you could even fend for yourself? Was people coming together, or were they rebelling against each other? Well, on my birthday, April 18th, citizens of Boston were rebelling against Governor Edmund Andros. In 1689, the citizens of Boston rebelling against Governor Andros was one of the most decisive events in North American history. In today's speech, I'm going to be telling you everything that happened to end New England's domain and how it happened on my birthday. The citizens of Boston were getting much rage and uproar was going on around Boston. Governor Edmund Andros was taking the citizens' rights. He was stripping them of their freedoms, and he was taking away their town meetings, and he was imposing their land titles. Not only was Governor Andros taking away citizens' freedoms, but he was also taking away their rights to go to church. If the citizens believed in going to a Baptist church, they were no longer allowed to go in. If that were to happen in today's society, much uproar and rage would come about, and citizens would be fighting against one another. However, in 1689, the citizens came together as a whole to fight against Governor Andros and to bring him down. While reading The Overthrow of the Dominion of New England, I came to realize that it was truly impressive and inspiring at how much these citizens came together and to make a stand of what they knew was right. They knew what he was doing was wrong, and they knew that he was imposing of all their freedoms and taking away all the rights that they had worked hard for. So they all came together to end it. And also while reading Glorious Revolution, it showed about how these citizens, they had faith, they believed in something, however, they were being stripped of that. They couldn't even attend church. And on my birthday, April 18th, before I could fend for myself, before I could even walk or talk or even do anything on my own, citizens were coming together to make a stand. They were fighting for what was right. Not only were they fighting for their lives now, but they were fighting for generations to come. The citizens of Boston were taking a stand against Governor Andros. And in 1689, they took a stand on that, and they had their town meetings. They went to the churches they wanted to, and they were happy with it. And when they came together, they finally arrested Governor Edmund Andros, and they finally put an end to it. They finally overthrew the New England's domain. They finally took a stand, and they worked hard for it, and they came together. They weren't just fighting against each other at this moment. They were fighting with each other to make a stand and to fight for what was right. To wrap things up, I encourage each and every one of y'all to go out and figure out what was happening on your birthday. What was happening while you were being born? Were the people for each other, or were they against each other? While you were being born, was the world getting better as a whole, and was society getting better and getting their rights back, or were things going downhill? Was it taking a turn? Figure out what happened, what could hurt.